I've spoken a few times now about the potential hostile takeover of Ubisoft from Vivendi and how Ubisoft, of course, have been fighting against it and, been trying to make sure they maintain their independence and all this sort of thing, and saying many times how they do not want this to happen. And now Ubisoft has agreed to buy back 3.2% of its own stock from a French investment bank, and this comes as they continue to face the same threat of a possible hostile takeover from Vivendi, who at last count did control about 17.6% of the voting shares. Now, 3.2% might not sound like a lot, but under this deal with BPI France, Ubisoft will buy back all 3,625,178 of the bank's shares at €33.80 each, or about $38 for this. Total transaction is quite hefty, approximately $137,851,700 will be officially completed in November. So basically what Ubisoft is trying to do here is to stop Vivendi's attempts in their tracks, as Vivendi are in the process of trying to gain more control of Ubisoft through the acquisition of stock. So basically this buyback of Ubisoft is an attempt to basically put a big roadblock saying, look, these are a big amount of shares, and while it's only 3.2% of its own stock, when you add that to the stock that they already have control over, it obviously adds up fairly significantly. Now, this whole thing between Vivendi and Ubisoft is likely to come to a head during a meeting that's scheduled for September the 29th, and there the distribution of board seats will be in discussion, and we may see some moves from either Vivendi or Ubisoft to try and either de-escalate this or escalate it further. Personally, Ubisoft, as I said, have made some missteps in recent years, but they are still a company that still produces good games, and they produced some great games in the past, and they definitely still have the potential to do so in the future. Even if they've gone down some bad roads recently, I definitely don't want them to see him being taken over by Vivendi, especially when the guys who run the company just don't want it to happen. They want to remain independent, and they're very much fighting hard against this. So fingers crossed that's what ends up happening, because Ubisoft, they're not perfect, but I don't really want to see what would happen when they're being controlled by another big corporation against their will, no less. So we're going to have to see what happens in a few days, but for now Ubisoft are definitely not taking this fight lying down, and they are definitely going to be giving Vivendi a run for their money. So hopefully next time I report on this there's good news, but for now that is me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.